Hey guys, today I'm going to be walking you through finasteride, why it matters, how it matters, the side effects, if you should take it, when you should take it, what else to do if you shouldn't take it. I'll walk through every single thing. This is the last video you'll ever need to watch on finasteride. Okay, I promise it's going to be as unbiased as I can, given that I don't like it very much. I'll try to be still very unbiased, share some data, share the science with you, understand what's going on, and I'll also walk you through what I'd recommend instead. Right, let's get into it. I do speak a little slow, I know that. So if you want to speed this up, put the YouTube video setting on 1.5 so that we can breeze through this video and make sure that you still retain all the information. Okay, let's get started. Before I get into finasteride, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, why you should even listen to me. I don't wake up here and make videos on finasteride. I do this for a living. I spend 16 hours a day researching hair loss, helping people grow their hair back, talking to hundreds, if not thousands of people in the last couple of years about hair loss and helping a few hundred as well. Right? The way it started was I was losing hair myself. As you can see, I'm not a doctor, I'm an engineer. I figured out a solution, a systematic approach to reversing my hair loss without drugs, and that's what I help people with. But at the same time, I think drugs do have a role to play for some people, and that's why I like to make videos like this, sharing everything I know about it. Of course, my results, I was seeing a lot of hair thinning in the hairline, losing hair very quickly. My dermatologist told me if you don't take finasteride, you're going to go bald in the next 2 years. I didn't take finasteride. I still have my hair, not only stopping hair loss, but also regrowing hair back and making the existing hair thicker and stronger. So this stuff works. But of course, there's a place for drugs as well. And this video is not about the solution. I'm going to create more videos on that. This video is about finasteride and what you need to know about it. Right. So of course, after helping myself in the last 2.5 years, I've helped more than 120 people kind of reverse their hair loss. This is all without drugs, all without finasteride, all without minoxidil. We're currently at about slightly above 80% success rate in 120 days and a 0% side effect risk with everyone I work with, which is very important to me. Now, talking about that, let's get into finasteride. What is finasteride? Most of you probably already know it. Finasteride is a DHT inhibitor. It has been found that there's a link between DHT and hair loss. So, like most pharmaceutical medications, all it does, it goes into your body and it lowers the level of DHT. Because, yes, they found a link between DHT and hair loss. So, they're like, okay, let's go there. Let's just pull down the DHT levels and that'll solve the hair loss. No? Well, it doesn't solve the hair loss. It kind of just is a very much a bandage fix. Your DHT levels get lowered, and as a byproduct, for most people, hair fall does reduce. For some, it stops as well. It has about an 85% success rate, which is pretty good, I have to admit. It's unlikely to see regrowth, and I'll walk you through why that is. Mostly, it's about stopping hair fall. Let's look into the data and the science of the side effects because that is something most people are kind of scared about when they think about finasteride. It's what I was scared of. There's one paper which has kind of consolidated a lot of different research, and what they've kind of landed on are the numbers of problems with ejaculation between 2.1 and 7.7%, problem with erection between 5 to 15%, libido 3 to 5%. So again, these ranges are pretty wide. It could be side effect risk could be as low as 2.1%, or it could be as high as 15.8%. How do we know? We don't really know that. Kind of what I've seen in my experience after talking to a lot of people, in my experience, about 20 to 25, maybe 30% of people do see some kind of side effects. Of course, this is not backed by data. I've talked to so many people on call, maybe a couple thousand by now in the last couple of years. That's kind of my understanding so far. My take on the side effect risk, it's very simple. I don't need data to prove me that. If there's a hormone in the male body which has a purpose, the body's not stupid. It creates that hormone for a specific reason. And we go in there and we're like, okay, I'm gonna just take this pill every day, which is gonna reduce those testosterone levels, reduce the DHT levels, and nothing's gonna happen to me other than my hair fall stopping. I think that's wishful thinking. I think that's not the cleverest way to look at things. You have to be ready for side effects, and you have to be ready to stop the drugs once you do see the side effects. The main problem, though, it's something called post-finasteride syndrome. This stuff is very scary, and I don't share this to scare you guys. I think you should still make an educated decision, but you must understand this before you start taking finasteride. A lot of doctors don't even know this themselves. They just prescribe it, and people bear repercussions, really serious repercussions as well. There's an entire foundation based on post-finasteride syndrome. This is basically when you stop taking finasteride and you still continue to see side effects even after you stop taking it. The logic, the idea is that it's lowered your DHT levels so much, even when you stop taking it, the body is unable to naturally produce DHT levels. Right? It doesn't happen with everyone, but apparently it has happened with a lot of people. According to this foundation, it's happened with more than 25,000 people worldwide have reported post-finasteride syndrome. They've stopped taking finasteride and are still seeing the side effects. The number that's scary for me and which is very worrying is there's a suicide number as well. About 121 people, I last got this update today itself, have committed suicide because of post-finasteride syndrome because it almost felt like it was unlivable, the condition that they were in. That's something I think, I mean, that's scary. Again, 121, it's not a huge number, but of course, with death, every number is huge. And if a pill, if you're giving yourself a risk for suicide by taking a pill that's going to stop your hair fall, is that really worth it? That's a decision for you to make yourself. But it's clear that this stuff does have an impact. There's an entire foundation about it. It's scary stuff. It does lower your hormone. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not an advocate. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the data. You could argue that okay, maybe there's just a 2% risk according to some of the data pieces, and you could be right. In my experience, A, I think that's low, and B, I think sometimes we get too lost into the data. We have to look at things logically. If the body produces a hormone, we go and we kill that hormone. Is that going to have an impact on us? Most likely, yes. That's my personal take on it. I'd love to hear your take on it in the comment section below. I'm still building up this YouTube channel. So I'd love your thoughts. Let me know what else you want a video on. But I think after watching this video, you'll have a good idea about what finasteride does. It lowers DHT so that your hair fall can stop. How it does it by lowering DHT. Also, kind of the side effect risk associated with it. And then post-finasteride syndrome, which I think every single person who takes finasteride should be aware of. That is all for this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys. I try to make this content because I think education should be free. Everyone should understand why they're losing hair, how to treat it, what options they have. I personally believe in a natural method, which it relates with tension, blood flow. I think if you can do those two things, you can reverse your hair loss, but that's for another video. So get subscribed. I'm going to create a video on how to actually treat your hair loss without any of this stuff. I don't believe in it, and I don't actually think you need it. All these results that you're seeing here are people who followed a drug-free protocol. It takes time, it takes consistency, but it works. Okay, so give me a subscribe if you want that video.